Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. Well, another round of winter weather blasted our region, starting out as snow and then turning to rain.
All of that weather causing complications, including flooding and damage. But before we get to all that, let's see where Mother Nature is taking us with a first check of the forecast.
Thank you so much, Beth. Our first weather is brought to you by Saliba's Rug Cleaners, Maine's largest rug cleaning destination for over 70 years. All right, so as one low pressure system moves out, remember all that mess we had just yesterday. Today, not so much. We are starting to clear up. Still some scattered rain, snow showers in the area. Sizzle very light and scattered. Not much to talk about for today. Our warnings and advisories are long gone with that low pressure system, but we do still have some gale warnings in effect till around 3 a.m. on Friday for the coast. Temperatures, though, were very warm earlier today, so we had some snow in the morning. Quickly melted away for the most part as warm temperatures moved in. Look at this high temperature. We had 47 degrees. So, of course, a lot of that snow melted away. Just up north, though, a lot heavier snow, and that kept those temperatures a lot colder, close to that freezing mark or slightly above that. Tonight, though, we're going to continue to cool off, and we'll be hovering in those mid to upper teens. Beth?
Thanks so much. Well, the storm's impact was felt across the region, especially at the University of Maine, where a well-known indoor practice facility at the university collapsed this morning. A statement from the university says Mahaney Dome collapsed under the weight of heavy snow and rain around 8:30 a.m. No one was injured in the collapse. The structure is currently being evaluated for repairs, and we'll have more on how the dome collapse will affect the teams that use the facility coming up in sports.
Well, the winter weather caused problems for homes and roads across the state of Maine. Our David Ledford has more on that.
According to the Rockport Fire Department, recent snowfall, along with the buildup of ice and snow from previous storms, has led to flooding on some roadways and homes in the area.
There's nowhere for the water to go, so the basements are taking the brunt of it. The ground's frozen with that ice. It's finding the quickest means to get away from where it is.
Basements across the coastal town have flooded with as much as 2.5 feet of water, prompting firefighters to help locals pump out their homes. According to Rockport Fire Chief Jason Peasley, the department responded to around 5 calls on Thursday morning alone. Peasley says he expects departments across the state to respond to even more calls as melting ice adds to the rainfall. He gave some advice about how homeowners can try to avoid damage in the future.
If people have the ability or someone that can help shovel around their houses, so when water does flow, it has a place to go versus into basements, into crawl spaces.
On Route 1A in Lincolnville, flooding has slowed traffic and damaged driveways along the road, where the Maine Department of Transportation redirected vehicles and began repairs. Peasley says winter rainfall is common in the area and encouraged people to call their local fire department if they have problems with flooding.
The rain is what causes havoc this time of year when you have a snowpack or ice on the ground. This morning it was still raining pretty heavy, but that's what we're all here to do is help out the community. So the weather's the weather, and we got to do what we got to do to help.
In Rockport, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, multiple storefronts in Ellsworth dealt with severe flooding today amid the rain and snow, and our Matthew Jurancic has that part of the story.
Workers at the community closet were scrambling to rescue clothing and merchandise after a beam in the Eastwood Plaza roof gave out, flooding part of the store with 2 inches of water. This comes after growing concerns over the roof's deteriorating condition.
There's been some temporary fixes. Some wonderful people in the community have come in and helped with the roof and tried to get it so it wasn't leaking so bad.
Ryan Lounder assumed ownership of Eastwood Plaza last September. He says he was dealt a bad hand after realizing how many improvements need to be done.
It wasn't atrocious, but there was definitely a lot that needed work. It has been a fair share of years of neglect, and it's had work done to it, but not the right amount of work.
Workers at the community closet scrambled to save clothing that was still salvageable and used towels and buckets to move water outside. But they aren't the only ones affected by the leak. There was also flooding at Diamanda's bowling alley a few stores over in the same plaza. Volunteers poured in to assist with the cleanup after hearing about the incident.
I came down because I was available.
Volunteers like Eric Novella understand the importance the community closet holds in Ellsworth.
They serve the community in so many ways. I'm fortunate enough just to be able to drop stuff off to help others. And when they needed help and I saw it posted, I figured, we all have to help each other out.
In a time of concern, store manager Christina Pete is thankful that the surrounding communities have her back.
It's just absolutely amazing. Like, as much as we do for the community, they do so much more for us, and we see it tenfold. Everybody shows up and asks how they can help.
In Ellsworth, Matthew Juroncic reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
A tractor-trailer truck traveling on the interstate in Etna went off the road this morning. State Police spokesperson Shannon Moss says it happened at approximately 6 a.m. when the driver lost control and the truck went off the median side. The driver was not injured. Moss says the truck will not be moved until Friday morning due to weather conditions and the 4-hour process that it will take to move the vehicle. She says law enforcement is aware of the crash, so they're asking people not to stop on the interstate or report the crash to dispatch.
Meanwhile, the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office is urging people to be careful while doing snow removal. The Sheriff's Office says deputies have responded to 2 fatal incidents involving people who suffered deadly medical events while removing heavy snow. The incidents themselves were unrelated, but both people were using a snowblower. Now, as most of us know, removing snow is certainly hard work, even when you have a snowblower, and people are reminded to take it slow and do not work to the point of exhaustion. Lift with your legs, not with your back, and pay attention to what your body is telling you. You should also call 911 immediately if you think you're experiencing any symptoms of a cardiac event. It's also a good idea to check on people from time to time when they've gone outside to remove snow.
Well, this week's series of storms is likely the cause of a barn collapse overnight at a farm in Union. As Brad Rogers reports, the barn came crashing down onto dozens of animals.
Neighbors tell us the barn collapsed in the middle of the night during a heavy rainstorm. Most of the animals made it. Some did not. It was Green Meadow Farm's 50 by 100 foot cattle barn that collapsed early Thursday morning with about 50 cows and pigs inside. The farm says most of the animals were found alive. One farmer told us 5 cows didn't make it.
The pigs, the chickens are okay, and the donkey and most of the cows.
Linda Dean owns a farm up the hill from Green Meadow Farm. Her husband joined other farmers and firefighters today, helping to care for the animals and clean up the damage.
This is a great community. Yeah, people will help anytime they can.
When you found out what happened, your heart must have sank.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It feels so bad for them and the poor animals.
The owners of the farm were too upset to talk with us. On social media, they posted this: "We don't want people to worry. Thank you for your continued support. We are so lucky to be part of this amazing community." Farmers say 3 storms in 6 days brought heavy snow, ice, and then a huge downpour overnight. Linda Dean thinks the rain added to the weight of the snow, causing the roof and barn to collapse.
Not only did we have snow, but we had a little bit of ice a few days ago, the sleet, which is heavy.
And then it rained, too.
It rained. It was raining hard last night. I know it was pouring, so it just soaks it up and makes it so heavy.
And that's what collapsed the barn.
I'm sure, yeah.
As you can imagine, a number of neighbors have come forward wanting to help out. The owners of Green Meadow Farm plan to take them up on that offer as soon as they know what they need.
They're great people, so everybody's going to help as much as they can.
And that was Brad Rogers reporting. Well, switching gears now, Representative Laurel Libby of Auburn has introduced school choice legislation that she says will benefit students. A statement from her office says LD 835, called An Act to Advance Educational Opportunities for All Students, will address declining test scores and deficiencies caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. The statement says the legislation will also target educational funds where they will best serve the unique needs of individual students by creating educational savings accounts. Parents will be able to spend available funds on private school tuition, homeschool curriculum, tutors, or within the public school system. Representative Libby said, quote, "Every parent knows that a one-size-fits-all approach doesn't work for raising kids. Parenting methods that worked for one child may be completely out of the question for another child because every child is unique. I propose letting parents decide how to use their tax dollars to address the individual educational needs of their children," end quote.
Maine Secretary of State has certified as a valid a citizen initiative regarding voter approval for certain public borrowing. Petition forms with 93,837 signatures were presented to the Bureau of Corporations, Elections, and Commissions on December 27th. Secretary of State Shenna Bellows confirmed today that more than 68,000 were found valid. A minimum of 67,682 were needed from registered Maine voters. The initiative will now go to the legislature for consideration. The legislature can choose to enact the bill or send it to a nationwide vote in November.
Well, the lead attorney for Maine's new public defender team has abruptly resigned. Now, that's forcing the director of the Maine Commission on Indigent Legal Services to take on the role. Seth Levy announced his resignation last Friday after little more than a month on the job. Executive Director Justin Andrus of the Maine Commission on Indigent Legal Services declined to comment on the reason for Levy's resignation, but said the staff remains enthusiastic. Maine was the only state without a public defender's office until 5 public defenders were hired last month. Governor Janet Mills' proposed budget includes funding for 10 more public defenders.
Senate President Troy Jackson is urging the Maine Public Utilities Commission to give final approval to the winning bids for the Northern Maine Energy Program. On Wednesday, Jackson filed a public comment with the PUC following the state of Massachusetts' commitment to help finance the Northern Maine transmission line and purchase power through the program. In October, the Maine PUC tentatively awarded transmission and distribution bids to LS Power Base and Long Road Energy's King Pine. Final approval for the projects hinges on financial commitment from an outside entity. A statement from Jackson said, quote, "The time has come to get these projects off the ground and begin to unleash the power of affordable, homegrown Aroostook County energy. All the demands put forward by the PUC have been met. All that is left is for the PUC to greenlight the winning projects," end quote.
Well, while many people may have opted to work from home due to the challenging weather conditions outside, others were determined to get there no matter how they did it. That includes Skowhegan Police Chief David Bucknam. You can see it right there. He's braving the elements in his kayak, at least he did it this morning. He posted on Facebook and said, quote, "Neither rain, snow, or sleet will keep me from getting to work. It just might take me a little while. If you happen to see me floating down Madison Avenue, please give me some space. This thing doesn't have winter tires on, so it's a little slippery. Please do not throw slush into my ride. The heater is broken." That is definitely some open air transportation right there. And we certainly thank all first responders who are helping to keep us safe during these storms, and there have certainly been plenty of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's funny him mentioning, no, don't throw slush in here, as if
right.
There wasn't going to automatically be some anyways with all of the conditions that we have.
Not cool to splash the police chief in his kayak, no matter where he is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, coming up on Fox 22 News at 10, we'll tell you about an organization that has had to close its 3rd preschool due to low staffing.
And we'll bring you an update on UMaine's 3D printed homes. We'll have those stories and much more as Fox 22 News at 10 continues.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
If you're eligible for Medicare and Medicaid, a Medicare Advantage plan from Anthem Maine Health can come with all the benefits you want and 0 compromises. Just go to anthemmainehealth.com/answers or call 855-753-3928 for a one-on-one Medicare plan review. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing coverage, along with transportation, a free gym membership, and $0 copay for prescriptions, all for 0 extra cost. Plus, you could be eligible for extra benefits to help you save even more. We have plans with up to $2,500 a year to help you pay for over-the-counter health items, groceries, and living expenses like cell phone, electric, or water bills, all on a single prepaid MasterCard you can use at thousands of locations nationwide. Call Anthem Maine Health at 855-753-3928 or visit anthemmainehealth.com/answers and get a Medicare Advantage plan with 0 compromises for you and your wallet.
After my accident, I needed help.
I was looking for information online.
Then I found it.
JoeBornstein.com. Get help now at JoeBornstein.com. From your smartphone or desktop. Here in Maine, the law offices of Joe Bornstein is as close as your fingertips.
The consultation was free, and confidential.
In person or online.
They believe your case is worth more. Call Joe, the law offices of Joe Bornstein. Maine lawyers working for Maine people.
One night before a showdown with the tribal chief of the Royal Rumble, Kevin Owens goes one-on-one with Solo Sikoa. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Coming up on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear from the Piscataquis County Sheriff, who will shed light on the staffing struggles that law enforcement agencies across the state are facing. Plus, we'll have your community calendar for local events this weekend. And we'll hear about the Camp Capella Polar Plunge. All of this as well as your radar weather forecast coming up.
Down East Community Partners will be ending its last preschool class in Ellsworth on February 17th. The organization will be closing the class indefinitely due to staffing shortages. It's the third preschool class the organization has had to close in the area. Down East Community Partners Director of Operations Melissa Matz says it's hard to find workers in the industry.
Has impacted us just as it has everybody else. We're not getting the applicants. We're not finding people who want to go into early childhood. It's traditionally under-recognized, undervalued field, and so it's difficult to find qualified candidates who want to come and stay and grow with us.
Matt says if they are able to hire enough staff to reopen, they will do so as soon as possible.
After more than 2 decades with the Down East YMCA, CEO Peter Farragher is officially retiring. Farragher started his career at the Y in 1986, spending his first 12 years at the Beverly Regional YMCA in Massachusetts before coming to Ellsworth. He's known for helping open up the Blue Hill location, starting a partnership with Bucksport, and developing a summer camp along the lake, all while having a smile and a passion to better the community. In his final days in office, Farragher says he wants to be remembered by the ongoing projects that continue to take place at the Y.
By continuing it, I guess, would be the greatest of, and expanding, because we always wanted to, the joke is that, after we finished a project, everybody would look at each other, no more new projects, Pete, right? And so, oh gosh, no, and then the next week we've got something new for the community to do.
His final day at the Y is tomorrow, and there was a party tonight to celebrate him, and a career certainly well served there.
Indeed. Well, yesterday we told you about plans to construct the first ever neighborhood of bio-based 3D printed homes in Bangor. Today, the University of Maine Alumni Association hosted a webinar to discuss how projects like that one could provide a sustainable approach to affordable housing on a larger scale. UMaine's Advanced Structures and Composite Center created the BioHome 3D, the world's first 3D printed house built completely of bio-based materials. Thursday's webinar, led by the center's executive director Habib Dogger, focused on how increased production of these homes could help alleviate the affordable housing crisis in Maine and beyond. He said the university is developing a digital manufacturing facility dubbed the Factory of the Future, which would allow them to 3D print a new home every 48 hours.
This facility is going to be one of its kind and is going to help us take these technologies for BioHome 3D into the future.
He says the homes are printed using a mixture of wood and bio-resin, making them 100% recyclable.
Some amazing technology there. Meanwhile, LL Bean is expanding its store and campus in Freeport. The retailer says it's investing $50 million into things like renovating the entrance on Main Street to make it even more accessible to pedestrians, expanding the Discovery Park, and more. The company says details about what exactly it will be doing will emerge in the months ahead once they are finalized and improved. LL Bean has been in Freeport for 110 years.
Definitely a fun stop if you're in the area. Well, if all the winter storm talk has got you a bit down, here's a sign that spring is coming eventually. On Monday, February 6th, a couple of weeks from now, reservations to all state park campgrounds will open at around 9 o'clock. There is a weekend minimum Friday and Saturday 2-night stay. There is also a maximum stay of 14 nights per person per state park from the last Saturday in June through the third Saturday in August. State and national parks, as you know, have seen record visitation rates over the last couple of years. And with how beautiful the state of Maine is, no surprise there.
Absolutely. I had the chance as a relatively new Mainer last summer to explore lots of Acadia down in Wolf's Neck State Park. And there's just so many more that I want to get out to. And so I will certainly be one of the many visitors to those area parks, as I'm sure you will be too.
And the longer you're here, the more you just find little scenic spots and beautiful nooks and crannies in just every local community.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you don't really have to go to, a big state park or a tourist area to find beautiful spots. You just need to get to know the communities around you.
There's beauty all around us.
Definitely the state parks in Acadia, something to behold for sure.
Yes. All right, well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, 5 former Memphis police officers have now been charged with second-degree murder in the death of Tyree Nichols.
And we'll have the latest developments from the trial of Alex Murdaugh. Those stories and more when we come right back.
Cary Medical Center in Caribou, Maine is recruiting for physical therapists. We offer generous benefits, competitive wages, loan forgiveness, relocation assistance, and you'll join a dynamic team of rehab professionals. Our hospital has been named one of the best places to work in Maine 2 years in a row. Ready for a new adventure? Do you have a passion for excellence? Learn more at carymedicalcenter.org or call 207-498-1270. Cary Medical Center, we're creating healthier communities.
Hey, business owners, do you have W-2 employees? Did you keep your W-2 employees employed through the pandemic? You may qualify for a government program called ERTC. Businesses can qualify up to $26,000 per employee. We can help make the process easier and make sure it gets filed correctly. Please call Kim Lewis today to get the money you deserve at 1-833-567-8867.
Mad Cat & Company in the North Brewer Shopping Plaza invites you to host your next event with us. We are much more than just a bar. Our event room is designed to host any type of event, formal or casual. Family gatherings, birthday parties, corporate parties, club meetings, fundraisers, or weddings and receptions. We've got you covered. Our open floor plan can adequately seat 100 or more people, and we can assist you with food, drinks, and entertainment as well. Call or visit our website today.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC 7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Coastal Auto Parts, Gracie's Aunts Emporium, Katahdin Federal Credit Union, Katahdin General Store LLC, Katahdin Hardware and Appliance, and Maine Heritage Timber.
A woman from Hamden has a special way of remembering those from our past.
Just because they are gone does not mean that we just write them off.
We'll hear from her Monday on Fox 22 News at 10.
Just remain calm. Grab the head.
You grab the head. Have you ever dealt with something like this before?
No.
It's on me now. Animal Control premieres February 16th on Fox.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Five former Memphis officers have been charged with second-degree murder and more in the beating death of Tyree Nichols. The case has sparked outrage for the brutality, and authorities are warning video of the incident will be hard to watch. Fox's Lauren Blanchard has more from Washington.
Thank you that he is at a type of rest, that he never has to face again the evils in this world.
A community is mourning the loss of a young father in Memphis. Thursday, 5 now former police officers were indicted by a grand jury in the death of 29-year-old Tyree Nichols on charges including second-degree murder, aggravated assault and kidnapping, and official misconduct and oppression.
If there is any silver lining to be drawn from this very dark cloud, it's that perhaps this incident can open a broader conversation about the need for police reform.
Nichols was pulled over on January 7th. According to his family, video of the incident shows the officers beating him for 3 minutes. He died 3 days later.
He was a human pinata for those police officers.
Unlike in the George Floyd case, which sparked months of protests, all 5 of the officers in this case are black. Attorneys for 2 of the charged say they will plead not guilty.
The law says that no one is guilty until a jury says they're guilty. And so that's a process.
The body cam footage will be publicly released Friday evening.
Frankly, I'm shocked. I'm sickened by what I saw.
The family and authorities are calling for protests to remain peaceful. President Biden echoed that call, writing, "Tyree's death is a painful reminder that we must do more to ensure that our criminal justice system lives up to the promise of fair and impartial justice, equal treatment, and dignity for all." There will be a funeral service for Nichols next week. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Well, testimony is underway in the murder case against a South Carolina attorney accused of killing his wife and son. Prosecutors say he did it to deflect from his financial situation. Alex Murdaugh said he did not do it. Fox's Jonathan Seri has details.
Alec Murdaugh became visibly emotional as the court played body cam recordings from the first police officer to arrive at the scene of his wife and son's murder.
There appeared to be a large amount of blood around each of them, as well as brain matter.
Colleton County Sheriff Sergeant Daniel Green says Murdaugh immediately told him he believed the shootings were related to a 2019 accident in which his son Paul, then underage and allegedly intoxicated, crashed a boat, killing a 19-year-old passenger. On a recording played in court, Murdaugh explains to the sergeant his son had been harassed.
He's been getting threats. Most of it's been benign stuff we didn't take serious. Okay. He's been getting punched. I know that's what it is.
The boat accident subjected the Murdaugh family to civil litigation and exposed the once prominent attorney to scrutiny. Others came forward with allegations Alec Murdaugh was committing millions of dollars in financial crimes.
This is a serial pen slinger, not a serial gunslinger, but for 12 years he stole from his family, from his friends, from trusted clients, from his law partners.
Prosecutors are trying to convince the jury that a mounting storm of evidence led Murdaugh to shoot his wife and son to create a distraction. But the defense says investigators rushed to judgment without any direct evidence.
There's no eyewitness. There's no camera. There's no fingerprints. There's no forensics tying him to the crime. None.
Prosecutors say they'll be able to use cell phone data and gunshot residue to prove Murdaugh was at the scene of the crime when the shootings occurred. In Atlanta, Jonathan Seri, Fox News.
A nationwide ban on TikTok. It's what one lawmaker is trying to do with his new bill. Fox's Laura Ingle has more.
We need to ban TikTok in America simply.
Could time be running out for TikTok? Republican Senator Josh Hawley announcing plans to introduce a new bill that would ban the popular social media app nationwide. Right now, the app is used by 2/3 of American teens and has become the second most popular in the world. In a tweet, Hawley said in part, quote, "TikTok is China's back door into Americans' lives. It threatens our children's privacy as well as their mental health."
What my bill does is it specifically goes after TikTok. It bans it. It doesn't ban any other app, but it also requires a comprehensive report to Congress on the national security threat that TikTok poses and its relationship with the CCP, with the Chinese Communist Party.
The move comes as the app continues to face major criticism over national security concerns. Last month, President Joe Biden signed a law banning the use of any app by TikTok's Beijing-based parent company, ByteDance, on federal devices. And a growing number of governors on both sides of the aisle are following suit. As of January, nearly half of the U.S. have blocked TikTok on all state-owned devices.
Listen, I welcome all efforts to ban TikTok of whatever form it takes.
ByteDance has also denied allegations that their app is used to spy on behalf of the Chinese government. The tech company recently offering to allow U.S.-based third parties to monitor their code and algorithms. It is unclear if the bill will make it through the divided Congress. In New York City, Laura Ingle, Fox News.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, we'll tell you where you can get your reservation to any state park campground.
And in sports, one of the Red Sox's newest weapons also spent some time as a Mainer. We'll have that story right after the break.
It's take two for NASCAR's best. In a race you have to see to believe. The Clash of the Coliseum, February 5th, only on Fox.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Are you looking to have some fun, including soaring on Skyrider and the ultimate indoor zip line? Well, come over to Urban Air, Bangor's #1 birthday party destination, located at the Airport Mall. Urban Air has gravity-defying attractions for all ages, including our Warrior Course, trampolines, enormous arcade section, and climbing walls. Call us today to schedule your birthday party. And don't forget, we have endless play memberships available as well. Urban Air, let them fly.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Van Sickle Kia has great deals going on now to ring in the new year. Lease a new sporty 2023 Kia Forte for just $219 a month. Packed with performance, the 2023 Forte gets an estimated 39 mpg highway, making it an eco and cost-friendly drive. Lots of new Fortes are arriving to Van Sickle Kia this month. Hurry in while supplies last. Plus, get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The best in the business.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
The NFC Championship kicks off Sunday on Fox.
You capture the moment. Wait for your brother today.
Brock Purdy looks to continue his storybook run for the Niners as he leads San Fran for a chance at another title. But Jalen Hurts and the top-seeded Eagles went wire to wire as the best team in the NFC. Now they look to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. The NFC Championship presented by Intuit TurboTax. Pre-game coverage begins Sunday at 1 Eastern with the game at 3 on Fox.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Senators on both sides of the political aisle are upset over a lack of information given about the document situation during a briefing from the nation's top intelligence official. Fox's Chad Pergram has reaction from Capitol Hill.
Bipartisan lawmakers demand a damage assessment after the Mar-a-Lago raid and the discovery of classified documents at President Biden's home.
I'm very disappointed with the lack of detail.
How can we judge and conduct oversight over whether their harm assessment is accurate?
But the feds are defending the process.
And counterintelligence programs work, and people need to be conscious of the rules regarding classified information and appropriate handling of it.
Republicans threaten to restrict funding for the intelligence community or slow walk nominees until the intelligence services cooperate.
I am for using whatever tools that Congress has to get the Biden administration to wake up to the fact that this is unacceptable.
But other senators say this is bluster.
When we don't have ambassadors in place in countries abroad, we lose the ability to impact what is happening in those countries.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy blocked former House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff from returning to that panel, so Schiff is now running for the Senate seat occupied by Dianne Feinstein. It's unclear if Feinstein will seek re-election.
I think people should, if they want to run. For me, I just need a little bit more time.
House Republicans are also threatening to exclude Ilhan Omar from the Foreign Affairs Committee. As Speaker, McCarthy can block Schiff from the Intel panel since that's a select committee. Full House must vote to nix Omar from her panel.
That should be accepted by House Republicans, as opposed to a revenge tour with the extreme MAGA Republican wing.
Omar made anti-Semitic remarks and controversial comments about 9/11. It's unclear if some Democrats could vote to bar Omar from foreign affairs. On Capitol Hill, Chad Pergram, Fox News.
Now that Facebook will reinstate former President Trump's account, what impact will it have? Campaign experts say it could impact fundraising efforts for his 2024 campaign. Fox's Madeline Rivera reports from Washington.
A post from January 6, 2021 is the last piece of content on former President Trump's Facebook. But this could change. Parent company Meta is reinstating his Facebook and Instagram accounts more than 2 years after banning him for breaking their rules during the Capitol riot.
We believe the American people should hear from, including on our apps and services, from those who want to lead them.
The move could have real-time consequences for the former president's campaign. Trump remains the most ferocious fundraiser in the GOP. His campaign says Facebook will allow them to reach key voters and raise money in 2024.
I think it would have been unsustainable to have Trump censored on Facebook and Instagram while every other Republican would have the ability to get their message out on the campaign trail.
On Truth Social, former President Trump took a dig at Facebook, saying it lost billions of dollars in value since his suspension, and praised his own social media platform, doing, quote, an incredible job. If Trump returns, Meta reminds him he has to follow their community rules. They warn because of his violations, he faces more penalties for repeat offenses. Democrats, meanwhile, aren't saying too much about his potential return.
You have a guy who's a pathological liar, but he happens to be the former president of the United States, and he has a right to express his views.
Despite criticism of a slow start, former President Trump is visiting 2 early voting states over the weekend, his first large public event since announcing his 2024 run. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
All right, well, coming up, we have the full 5-day forecast, so let's see what's coming our way.
And as one low-pressure system moves out of the area, another one will be moving in. When? And are we going to get snow, rain, sleet? What is coming? I'll have all the answers plus more coming up.
Where will your new Chevy take you this year? Anywhere. Find new experiences, find new roads. Qualified lessees with a current eligible lease can get this Silverado for around $399 a month. Or current Chevy owners can get $2,500 total cash allowance when you purchase.
Have you stopped by our new location? Now located at 67 Belmont Avenue in Belfast. We recently moved and renovated a home from 1965 into our new retail establishment. We tripled the space. Bigger space means even more products than before. Over 50 vape flavors, water pipes, hand pipes, and accessories. There's something for everyone. At Riptide, we want it to feel like home. Because it is.
Before and bath fitter. Before and bath fitter. If you have a before bath, now's the time to call Bath Fitter to get a beautiful after. With our unique tub-over-tub process, there's no mess or stress. Spend smart on a beautiful new bath done right, backed by a lifetime warranty. Join over 2 million happy customers who know it just fits. Bath Fitter. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Let's untie this game. Sketch.
A rug. Remote control.
Remote control is correct.
Don't change that channel. Shower. Street light.
Street light is correct. Yes, yes.
Dictionary brings the doodle drama 5 days a week.
This is the most amount of shade I've ever seen thrown on Pictionary, and I have to tell you, I like it.
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
Trace Jackson Davis and Indiana square off with Ohio State.
Exclamation point.
Fox Primetime Hoops, Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
All right, and our main weather today is brought to you by C&K Variety. Stop by C&K Variety in Herman today for hand-tossed pizza, subs, salads, and more. C&K Variety, your local go-to convenience store. All right, remember all that snow, sleet, freezing rain we had just yesterday? We had a whole mess out there. It went from heavy snow into quick rain and snow mix, some freezing rain, some sleet, and then just like that, to all rain as temperatures really continue to rise. We were in those mid to even upper 40s. So we had 19 inches of snow just before that low pressure system moved in with all that snow, adding several more inches. And then look what happened. Quickly melting away with all those temperatures and heavy rain that really compacted all of that snow. So we have less than 1.5 feet of snow here in town, and of course a lot less by the coast. Not much is left though from this low pressure system. A couple of scattered rain and snow showers all over the state. In general though, a couple of rain showers by the coast, of course. Warmer temperatures are still hovering there with those warmer ocean waters. In general though, we are starting to clear up. There is still a little bit of lake effect snow coming up in upstate New York, right over here, Watertown, same thing, Syracuse, Buffalo area. Same thing by Erie and to PA. They're getting a little bit of lake effect snow. This isn't anything major. It's not like that lake effect snow we had several weeks ago when Buffalo were feet of snow piled up. This one's going to be a little bit more on the lighter end. For us, though, we're going to be clear into tonight, but look what happens for Saturday. Friday, we're in the clear. Saturday, we'll have some more chances of some light snow, some light rain showers. For the most part, temperatures will be well above freezing, so none of this will be sticking. This is just going to be some passing snow showers, maybe a drizzle or two. So we're looking at maybe a trace to half an inch for the most part. But as temperatures continue to rise, they're going to be above freezing. Most of this will be melting away, so not much accumulation with that. Winds, though, are still a bit on the breezy, and we had wind gusts close to 60 miles an hour by the coast earlier in the day, but now Bar Harbor, 8 miles an hour, Bangor, 7, Rockland, 14. Waterville is coming in at a 17-mile-per-hour wind. Of course, wind gusts closer to 30 there. Temperatures have been mild for us today. We had lots of warm air. New York City, D.C. was also in on some 50s, but now that colder air has moved in and we are all cooling down. Tonight, though, there's going to be a little bit more refreezing, so all that water, all that slush out there, everything that was unfrozen will be freezing up tonight. So for your morning commute tomorrow, be careful and be prepared for a lot of ice out there, lots of frozen slush, and it is going to be messy out there. Some decreasing clouds, though. Tomorrow, though, 27 degrees as a high, partly cloudy skies, so a beautiful day out there. A little bit on the chilly end, but still a good amount of sunshine. Our extended forecast outlook does show those flurries on Saturday. Pretty much nothing, accumulating some rain and snow on Sunday. Then we're in the clear by Monday, and then more chances of snow showers arriving back on Tuesday. Beth?
Definitely nice to see plenty of sunshine on the way.
Yeah.
For sure, those milder temperatures during the day, but then, every single overnight's pretty chilly. So I think ice and sort of the slippage, if you want to call it that, it's going to be a problem for a few days.
Yeah, well, it'd be interesting to see what it does to snow conditions, too, for outdoors enthusiasts, maybe turning more into that kind of crusty, hard-packed snow.
Not the best.
Not really.
All righty.
Well, sports is coming up next, so stay with us for that.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Welcome to Kings Mountain RC and Hobby Shop in Brewer. And some call me the King. There are RC trucks, cars, crawlers, and parts aplenty. There are planes, metal detectors, and gear galore. I have decreed that all people can book birthday parties with their RC vehicles provided for all. We have indoor and outdoor tracks and crawling courses available. Bring yourself, your family, and friends to Kings Mountain RC and Hobby Shop, South Main Street, Brewer.
Nearly all commercial vehicles carry big insurance policies. So if you're hurt by one of these box trucks, or by a garbage truck, or by any kind of commercial vehicle, you may have a big case worth big money. But they don't just give that money up. You need someone who's going to fight for it. That's exactly why you need to call the Twos. I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. If you've been hurt by any commercial truck, call the Twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial truck? Call the Twos. Call 222-2222.
Say goodbye to lag times and death spirals with our crazy fast fiber internet. At GoNet Speed, we've dropped our prices on fiber. That means hello to fast fiber internet starting at just $49.95 per month. Or go up to 1 gig, that's 1,000 megabits per second, for only $69.95 a month. The lowest prices we've ever offered. No contract, no hidden fees, no joke. Visit GoNetspeed.com to check availability in your area.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Engstrom's Auto Service in Guilford. We specialize in all foreign and domestic service and alignments.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We will start up in Orono. As we mentioned earlier, at about 8:30 on Thursday morning, Mahaney Dome collapsed under the weight of rain and snow during Maine women's soccer practice. It's happened before, a lot of times for similar reasons, but not usually with people inside of it. No one was injured, thankfully, and right now the university is still working on what it's going to take to fix it. For now, baseball and softball will practice in the field house and in their batting pavilion until the dome is up and running again. We will have more updates as they are made available to us. Let's stay in Orono and over to the football field, where the Patriots aren't the only team in New England announcing a new offensive coordinator. This week, Maine announced that Steve Cooper will be the next OC for the Black Bears after they parted ways with Andrew Dressner, who has now taken a job with Stony Brook. For the last 5 years, Cooper, the Oregon native, was on the coaching staff at Nebraska in the Big Ten under various different offensive roles. He also played for Portland State, and he spent time as their offensive coordinator after. Cooper takes over an offense that only scored 23 points per game last year. In order to change that, it will start with a rebrand.
The branding of it needs to be hard and fast. Most importantly, they're playing hard and fast to the eck with a whistle. And if they do that, you put on the tape all 22 guys on the field of a field that's 120 by 53 and a third. On Sundays, when teams watch us, if they say these guys are playing hard, then we're doing our job from a culture standpoint, which is the most important thing.
All right, now Coach Cooper is no stranger to his new head coach either. He and Jordan Stevens have known each other for years through mutual connections back when Stevens was with Yale. The Black Bears head coach, also a former Division I football player, says his relationship with Cooper and Cooper's passion makes him the right guy for the job.
The branding of it needs to be hard and fast.
Being an assistant coach, being a head coach, being a player, we're very much aligned that way. So I felt like it was a really good fit here. He loves football. Number one, I want to make sure other coaches love football and are passionate about working with our players. And that's certainly who he is. And you can feel that when you're around him.
All right, moving on now. While the snow melts away, I am still counting down the days for pitchers and catchers to report to spring training. We're just a couple weeks away, so let's do some Sox news. The Red Sox making it official, signing outfielder first baseman Adam Duvall to a one-year deal. The 34-year-old Duvall has spent his entire pro career in the National League, the last two in Atlanta with the Braves. His best season power-wise came back in 2016 when he hit 33 home runs for Cincinnati. Also had a great year in 2021. He has a connection to Maine, though. Back in 2009, Adam spent the summer playing for the Sanford Mainers of the New England Collegiate Baseball League. We asked Adam earlier how that summer in vacation land helped him launch a very productive big league career.
Well, that was a busy summer for me, but it was fun. It was, obviously a great part of the country, great weather, and it was a stepping stone to where I'm at today, and it was fun.
It's a move that certainly brings some depth to the Sox. Looking forward to that season to get going. Let's move on to the ice now. Maine women's hockey is back in action this weekend. One game at the Alfon and one is at the Norway Savings Bank Arena in Auburn on Saturday, where the Black Bears host nationally ranked Providence College. The Friars, who are ranked 13th in the country, are led by former Lewiston star Lauren DeBlois. The Black Bears, meanwhile, come in 2 games under 500, but they're coming off a pretty good weekend. An overtime tie against BU, and then a 2-1 overtime win against 15th-ranked Boston College. We spoke with head coach Molly Engstrom earlier in the week about how Providence can challenge her team.
They're big, they're strong, they move the puck well, they move it together, they forecheck hard. So I love that. It's really going to test our players. That's the game, that we aspire to play. So we're hoping that we can put up a good fight, get some good goaltending, and come away with a W. Would be great.
That should be a good matchup there. Puck drop at 2 p.m. in Orono on Friday. Let's stay with some hockey now. We will kick things over to Sawyer Arena, where we start our high school sports coverage for the night. Hamden Academy hosting the Eagles from Messalonskee, some Class B action in Bangor. We'll pick this up in the first period. A great chance here for the Eagles' Logan Barron, but Aaron Donovan stonewalls him. Messalonskee would keep coming, though. Here's Tyler Hansen. He gets in front, flips it right over Donovan's glove, and then he throws himself into the glass and finishes it off with a good bench press right there. Love that celebration. Still in the first, another great chance for Barron, but another great save here for Donovan in between the poles for the Broncos. But in the end, the Eagles were too strong. Look at this move here from Owen Kirk. The quick hands, he beats Donovan on the backhand after the glorious move. Eagles win it 6-0. All right, now we will hit the hardwood, a big A North matchup as Nokomis visits Skowhegan. We'll pick this up in the first quarter. It took a while for some scoring to get going, but Skowhegan's Patrick McKenney fixes that. He nails the pull-up jumper with 5 left in the quarter. Later, here's Nokomis' Connor Sides, taking it to the hole by himself for a nice reverse layup around the defense. That makes it 8-6. Nokomis in the lead after 1. To the second, Riverhawks' Adam Savage gets it inside to Kyle LePage. Great ball fake. He gets the lay-in to go. Finally, late in the second quarter, Grady Hartsgrove looking over his options. He finds a zooming Alex Grant. He gets nothing but net on that step back. Warriors lead at the half. They win a close one, 54-50. All right, and the Nokomis girls would also beat Skowhegan by a 2-point game, that one in Nokomis tonight. And that is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
It's your journey. Own every mile in an available H-Track all-wheel drive Hyundai SUV. Lease an all-wheel drive 2023 Tucson for $239 a month, or get 2.9% APR for 60 months. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
When you walk up to the counter at the pharmacy and you have a new prescription, you don't know what it's going to cost. That's why I always recommend you check the SingleCare app before you go to the counter.
Before I pick up my prescription at the pharmacy, I always check SingleCare.
It only takes 10 seconds and it's free to use.
It helps me find a better price on my meds.
With pharmacy partners nationwide, SingleCare is saving millions of Americans money on their meds each day.
I found a cheaper price with SingleCare.
Yes, you did. See, give it a try. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
CEM DP Porter Contractors has been in business for over 40 years in the Bangor area. We specialize in design build for commercial, medical, and residential. We can assist our customers with anything from lot procurement to helping find financing for your project, along with building maintenance and renovations. CEM DP Porter Contractors is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions, including carpenters and laborers. We offer vacation, holidays, a 3% IRA match, and competitive pay. If interested in applying, please contact Jason at 207-848-7486.
For over 75 years, Ariens has been blowing away the competition. Ariens snow throwers simply overpower other brands. See for yourself by watching the screen and then head to Jim Small Engines in Arlington, where these fabulous high-throwing Ariens snow throwers are on sale at unbelievable prices. Jim Small Engines brings 40 years experience in sales and service, and Jim knows that Ariens snow throwers are the best, but supplies are limited, so watch the screen and take advantage of the great sale prices on Ariens snow throwers now at Jim Small Engines, Snows Corner Road, Arlington.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Arts Service Center, Coach House Restaurant, Coastal Auto Parts, Newport Glass LLC, the Bangor UPS Store, and the Farmer's Table.
Trace Jackson Davis and Indiana square off with Ohio State. Exclamation point. Fox Primetime Hoops, Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
A book-to-screen band debuts. The Grammys announce performers. Guy Fieri shares what he's cooking up for the Super Bowl and more. It's all in today's Hollywood Nation with Fox's Ashley Dvorkin.
Good morning, gorgeous.
Gearing up for the Grammys, Guy gets ready for game day, and Metallica goes to the movies in the Hollywood Nation. Metallica invites fans to rock out with them in theaters worldwide. The band's 12th studio album, 72 Seasons, will be played in full, with each song featuring its own music video and commentary. 72 Seasons, with its more than 77 minutes of music, is out April 14th. The cinematic listening party is the 13th. In the summertime when the water's gone. The first round of performers for this year's Grammy Awards have been announced. Lizzo, Bad Bunny, Brandi Carlile, Mary J. Blige, and Sam Smith are among those taking the stage. Music's biggest night airs February 5th on CBS. Guy Fieri is hosting a food and music-filled experience in Phoenix for Super Bowl 57, inviting 10,000 fans to join. Guy Fieri's Flavortown Tailgate will be stadium-side with more than 10 diners, drive-ins, and dives restaurant pop-ups, bars, and more. Attending the tailgate is free, but various VIP tickets are available. Diplo and Low Cash are bringing the music, powered by Stagecoach. It's the first time California's Country Music Festival has been at the Super Bowl. And today's first look star, Daisy Jones and the Six. The bestseller turned limited series about the fictional 70s music stars premieres on Prime Video March 3rd. The cast includes Riley Keough, Sam Claflin, and Suki Waterhouse. Their debut album, The Famous Aurora, will be out on digital and vinyl the same day. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Netflix plans to start charging people who share their passwords starting in March, but how will it find out who's sharing? In a report, a business expert says Netflix will use IP addresses, account activity from devices, and device IDs to reveal if users are sharing. The streaming company says more than 100 million households currently share passwords, which impacts its ability to invest and improve its product. Reports say Netflix asked people to pay an additional fee in Latin America, but that trial had mixed results.
And finally tonight, certain baby names are dropping in popularity, and there is concern they may go extinct this year. A new report by parenting resource Baby Center finds boy names that start with a K appear to be not so popular with parents these days. They include Kyle, Khalid, Kane, and Cameron with a K. For girls, some names falling out of favor include Hannah, Joy, Catherine, and Hayden. These baby names saw the steepest popularity declines from 2021 to 2022. I just enjoyed all the cute babies that were on the screen.
Yeah, right. Adorable. Always adorable.
Yeah.
But, I'm a little interested in the names that are kind of falling into popularity because I thought they would be, names that or maybe are associated with older generations.
Yeah.
They seem like relatively modern names, so
maybe it's just the spelling that turns people off. You never know. Everything is so open to interpretation. So,
yeah.
Alrighty, folks. Well, that's going to do it for us from everybody here at Fox 22 News. Take care and have a great rest of your night.
Good night, everyone.
For more local news coverage, switch over to our sister station, ABC7, right now for ABC7 News at 11.
LiftMaster is the #1 professionally installed garage door opener. Can alert you if you left it open and let you close it from most anywhere in the world. And where's the best place to get your LiftMaster? From PDQ Door. PDQDoor.com.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
Attention! This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Helpline. If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. If you suffer from physical or mental disability, whether you're applying for the